Hello, guys. So, long time no see. I apologize for the hiatus, and I appreciate a lot of you guys asking about my well being. Well, I am fine, but I do have something to say. So, the reason for me and my disappearance was that I had a baby, so I needed to concentrate on that before I can make more updates. So, I'm back. So, it appeared to me that Japan had tackled their response to the coronavirus for the most part, after they had the emergency declaration back in May. But however, I was looking at the numbers yesterday, and it appeared to me that Japan is making a comeback with increasing cases. Right now, there is close to 18, close to 19,000 confirmed cases here, and also close to 1,000 deaths. We can see on this chart where at the end of May, cases seem to have been on the decline. But simultaneously, when the already lenient restrictions that were implemented were lifted, we see the beginning of an increase of cases. The thing about this coronavirus, or any virus for that matter, is that you can't just start going back to normal when there's a decrease of cases. This pattern can be seen in any country, most notably in the US, where, they were on the decline, but now they're leading up to a surge of cases. So normal life cannot resume until there's no cases whatsoever, not just when less people seem to be getting it. Japan seems to be making that same mistake. All it takes is a few weeks of strict restrictions to a compliant population, and they'll be able to nip this in the bud. I'm still hesitant to go out unless it's like for grocery shopping or something like I really need to do. Especially the fact that I have a newborn in the house. From what I have observed, that there is people that seem to be living day to day without even thinking that this is still a threat. That is what is contributing, I think, to the increase of cases. So complacency is causing this, and I think the Japanese government need to address to its people that we can't just live as if this virus just doesn't exist or is eradicated, because it's obviously not. So when I go out, I see no social distancing. Masses of people are just, leisurely shopping at the malls and stuff. And the more and more I go out, I see less and less people wearing masks. So it isn't even a requirement here to begin with, which is crazy, like it is in the States. So as a result, we can see that Tokyo has observed an increase of confirmed cases per day, reaching over 100, and this last happened back in May. We may very well be in the midst of a second wave, in my opinion, which is totally preventable if people just didn't assume that this was over. NHK has learned that more than 100 new cases of the coronavirus have been confirmed in the capital on Thursday. Tokyo Metropolitan Government officials say that this is the first time since May 2nd that the daily total of new cases has reached 100. It is also the highest figure since the state of emergency was lifted on May 25th. So this virus is kind of like, I like to make the analogy, it's like the same as taking antibiotics. A doctor tells you to take antibiotics for like 10 days, and then they tell you not to stop in the middle of treatment, because even if you're feeling better, the infection has a chance to come back and give you an infection again. So you have to keep taking antibiotics until it's completely eradicated, or it can come back. I get concerned about how this might affect us in the winter, because many scientists and political figures assume that in the summer this will lessen the severity of the outbreak, because of the heat or whatever. But that isn't the case, because if we stay on the track that we are right now, and we're in the summer right now, imagine how much worse this is going to be in the winter. Also, my personal opinion is that unless the world isn't united with combating the virus and not take economic and political interests ahead of the pandemic, then the coronavirus is here to stay for a long, long time. That's why you see people over here, they're questioning the 2021 Olympics. It isn't even definite at this moment if they're even going to hold them. A senior official of the Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic Organizing Committee says a final decision on whether to hold the games or not can wait until sometime between March and June next year. Sorry, that's my baby. I will be looking into the epidemic here in Japan a little more deeper than I have recently, but I wanted to add that this coronavirus shouldn't be taken politically, as we have seen in many places, especially in the US. Like, how is wearing a mask a political issue? I don't even know. The longer the restrictions are in place or loose, the longer those restrictions are going to stay in effect. So in my opinion, a short, strict, direct approach to the combating the virus is more effective than these loose long-term restrictions that we see everywhere. The virus will be among us, causing more and more disruption compared to a short-term disruption. So that's all I have for today. I hope to update you guys soon. Let me know how you feel about the increase of cases we are seeing everywhere.